Hello, everybody, and welcome to my new house. This is the West Wing of the Long Run Show HQ, new HQ that we're bringing you live into your lounge tonight. Now, I'm not alone tonight. I have brought some of the team with me. Although this is like, I'm sitting on my own. It's quite nice. Which I might just sit here on my. They're all standing behind the camera. Right, come in. Look. So tonight, look. The team's here. Not all the team. Mind the mics. We've got. Oh, she's broke it. Probably lost the mic. We've got Hayden.
Hello.
Ben.
Evening.
What's your name again? Oh, sorry. And Wilco. And we're all here.
Everybody.
Wilco. So Wilco's checking the comments because we are apparently live. Are we live, Wilco?
Yeah, well, I'm sort of like live plus 20 seconds at the moment.
He's delayed. So if
Marissa's just come in.
If you're watching this live, what we need you to do, you're like our IT speed goat people. So if there's anything that's a problem, like audio's terrible, Wi-Fi's terrible, camera's not working, you need to message Wilco in the comments.
Not that we can do much about it.
We can't do nothing about it because the computer's there. This is our first ever live stream that's not like us on our computers at home, Ben in somebody else's house on his phone or whatever else we're doing. It's a bit mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a bit weird.
I feel like I'm not landing aeroplanes tonight.
No, it is a bit. It's a bit weird without the headphones on, isn't it? It's a bit odd, isn't it? But it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Obviously, no hour tonight, no admin. Speedgoat's on the M1 somewhere.
M1, we said M4.
I don't know. I'll be honest with you. He was telling me I wasn't listening. But tonight, we are going to actually add some value tonight. And let us know in the comments whether you like the new studio, by the way. And we're not actually. We better tell him we're not going to be here every week. Just to be weird. Unless you want to like give us like a lot of cash. We're not going to be here every week. No. We thought we're sort of, we've got a very nice donor who's like basically splashed the cash this week and we may come back. But we want to know your feedback, whether you like it or not. That's what we want to know.
If I could just interject there, Mick Brain's already said that he likes Hayden's new house.
Yes. You're getting hammered. This is true. Imagine if it was. But it would be good if we had a big house. Imagine if you lived in Surrey and you had a massive house.
And you could have your own.
And you could have your own.
Go there every week.
Yeah, you had like trucks of money and you could build something like this.
It would be a waste of time because you would not travel to Surrey.
That is true. I won't go to
We
Surrey.
could probably get it in the back of one of his trucks.
Yeah, we could probably get in the back of it. Anyway, tonight, right, so we are going to add some value tonight. We're going to talk tonight about, I thought this would be a great topic, pre-race routines, right? Big races coming up, yeah, for a lot of people. We've got, Brighton next week. Mm-hmm. And people are already, I'm seeing it, getting anxious about what to pack, what to do, when I should have my breakfast. Should I cut my toenails? Should I have some cheese? Should I, whatever it is, I don't know whatever it is. But people are getting anxious about what to do in the morning. Should I have my breakfast 4 hours before I get up? Or I don't know what they're going on about. So I thought what we'd do is actually talk about what we do. Because we're like normal people, right? And we'll go through that. Before we do that, I'm going to do the plugs live in the studio.
Wow.
I know. Wow. So firstly, I want to give a shout out to Cooper. We'll give a shout out to our friends at Cooper. Ben, actually, we could test my colleagues tonight.
Oh.
So Ben, if you wanted to sign up for Cooper, how would you go about that?
I would go to FORDYruns.com.
Yeah,
you'd forward / Cooper.
And what would you get?
I'd get a 2-week free trial.
Yeah, and
a discount.
Yeah, but how much?
15%.
No, 20%.
Well, hopefully everyone would have heard him because people are saying that people need to talk a little bit closer to
the we need to get to the mics. Okay, let's
thanks for that tip.
Look.
Hello. 40's gone all Freddie Mercury.
Actually, I could do that, couldn't I? Right, so we've got to talk closer to the mics. That's mainly you. Right, so where was I? Oh, Start Fitness. Okay, so Wilco. If you was to go and buy some shoes at Start Fitness, what code would you use? Talk closer to mine.
I would use 40 pounds.
Correct, and he would get that off. You?
He would get a generous discount of 10%.
Where?
At Start Fitness.
Yeah, but I was going to ask you about Kendall, so...
You asked me about Kendall. You put, again, code 40runs and get a nice 10% cheeky discount.
There we go. So we've done it. So I think that's all the plugs done. What else do we need? There was something else I needed to talk about, but I can't remember what it was. This is the problem when you're on here and you actually got no script or nothing to talk about. I don't know how the running channel do it because I've got no. Right, listen. Honestly, we've got no script. We've got nothing in front of us. We're just talking in front of the camera.
I'll tell you what we have got.
What?
A warning from admin.
I was just about to say.
Did we get a warning?
There was a strong warning from admin to behave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have to behave.
It was capitals as well.
It was on capitals.
Yeah, she shouted it.
So.
Okay. And by the way, have you seen that up there? Just in case the viewers haven't seen, there's someone very handsome on that pitch. How are we doing with the volume? Do they prefer this volume? Wilco, come on.
Oh,
he's delayed. Remember,
It's
Yeah.
not even-
He's 20 seconds
I'm miles behind.
Right, look, so I did want to talk about something important before we get into that. Look, I wonder if I can lift that without. No, it's going to break.
Don't lift it. He'll be all right. I'm sure he'll be
So I
fine.
wanted to talk about, did you all see Brighton Marathon? What they came out with, the BBC. Did you see the article today? Big
Yes,
Ben
I
put it in the
did.
Facebook group.
Did,
You-
yeah.
yeah.
And I think it goes to show that maybe London Marathon events were listed last week because we were talking about being neurodivergent because it was neurodivergency week.
Yep.
And you gave your thoughts on it as well as did Bethany. And they've come up with a solution, I would say.
Yeah, and actually going back a step, last week's show was really good. We got a lot of love for last week's show. So big shout out to Kira, big shout out to Bethany on that. That was a really good episode. If you've not seen that, listen to it. Go back and check it out. But yeah, you asked the question about neurodivergency and that sort of stuff. And we spoke about that. But yeah, so it came out, was it today, the article?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, this morning. Yeah.
So the article came out, the Brighton Marathon have got together with, I can't remember, but it was some tech firm, probably should know. And they are trialing this app for the Brighton Marathon about sort of awareness for the race. So you can go in, and I'm going to be down in Brighton, I'm going to be testing it for them. And that is like, if you're neurodivergent in terms of like understanding what you're going to be coming up against on the day. And so they're going to be doing it via using Preston Park on the Saturday with, I think, because we've got Parkrun down there, we're doing the shakeout come down there. They've got the kids event, which I'm involved with as well. But they're going to be testing it there, and they're going to give people the chance to sort of have a VR tour, basically, of Preston Park, which is where the start would be. So if you're neurodivergent and you work by routines, or you want to understand what's coming and have that sort of sense of understanding of what's in front of you, which I totally understand that. You'll be able to sort of go online, have a bit of a hunt about, a bit of understanding of what's gone on there. I'm guessing they'll probably film a lot of it this year, and then they'll put that in, and then you'll be able to play it and you'll be able to see. Now, as somebody, I think, was it someone spoke about this the other week? Like, you use YouTube to go out and check out like events that you may be doing. Was it you, Wilco?
Yeah, I said that when you do park runs, like I'll always stick it in YouTube, and then someone's obviously sent a video around there, so you get a rough guide of what the facilities are like and what sort of like the terrain that you're going to be running on. So it gives you a bit of a clue, and you don't go in completely blind before you get there.
Yeah, because again, if you're somebody neurodivergent like me, the first thing you're looking at is toilets, parking, how long am I going to be there? How long can I get out? Plan your journey, probably about 3 weeks in advance. But YouTube's a great place to get some of that. So I've got to give them a shout out, London Marathon events, and the people who are developing that. Hopefully it's successful, and then they can actually then roll it out for London. Because I think London's another level. No disrespect to Brighton Marathon, but I think London's another level. You've got double like the capacity, I suppose, 60,000 from 30,000. I don't know how many, but then to get that information, and we just before this we filmed Marathon Talk for a London Marathon special where we went through my route. You know, the route I do. It went viral last year, and talking about the route. So things like that for anybody who's neurodivergent, it's key is understanding of and bringing that anxiety down, understanding what's coming your way, doing all the planning, knowing the trains, knowing wherever you got to be, and having that routine built in for the week before and week after. And on the day is key. So again, if that's not going to be available to you on the app this year, go on YouTube. There's loads of resource on there, and that hopefully will bring some of that anxiety down. But massive props actually to
see how it goes. I think that you've made the right point that with London Marathon events doing both events, it makes sense for them to try something at Brighton, and then it can get better for
Actually,
for
with that in
London.
mind, then really, you think about it. This week, you've been quite heavily involved in the London Marathon events, haven't you?
I saved them this year. I saved them.
You saved them, or did you save the runners?
I think I saved everybody.
He's got me a medal.
I've got your medal. Yeah, you're welcome. You're all welcome, by the way. Yeah, so if you didn't see that, that was a bit of a, what was it? Everyone was getting their knickers in a twist. There was a lot of, oh no, I shouldn't quote anyone, but there was a lot of misinformation out there. Misinformation about the situation around London Marathon, Brighton Marathon, because people this year, I think actually, to be fair to them, London Marathon events changed the way that they done the booking process with Let's Do This, I think. And there was like a series of options that you may not have usually seen before. Like, do you want a medal? Do you want to plant a tree? Do you want a T-shirt? Or do you want to kiss an elf? It's like there was a million things.
Being somebody who went through the process, I think the problem was that the options defaulted to no, I didn't want a medal.
Yeah.
So if you
opt out.
so you had to opt in rather than opt out.
Yeah.
And consequently, if you missed it,
a
which
lot of people did.
Yeah.
I mean, whether there were sort of like IT issues subsequently or not, lots of theories came out. But I'm happy to put my hands up and say maybe that it was something that I missed because I got no medal on my
bib.
And
that's where it started, Wilco. Sorry to cut in, but that's where it started. Was people were realising that they were getting their numbers through for Brighton. They were going, no medal, no T-shirt. Well, what's that all about, sort of thing? And then people were then going on to their London Marathon profiles and seeing the same thing. And there was no way around it. And people were getting their knickers in a right twist about, I'm going to run this 26.2 miles. I'm going to get no medal.
Justifiably, to be fair.
Right. London Marathon events are this, London Marathon, let's do this or that. And basically, it all got a little bit out of control for no reason. Because when I spoke to London Marathon, so I had a conversation with them and they will give them a shout out. They were really, really supportive of the runners and understanding of the runners, understanding of the volunteers as well. Because that was one of the reasons that I was like, look, we've got volunteers at these races. First things first, I don't want anybody getting abused because they ain't going to be given a medal or a T-shirt. They went, no, we don't either. Again, they're not weird people or anything. They're like, of course people are going to get medals. Of course people are going to get T-shirts if they want them. We're going to do this, this and this. And then actually they went one step further with London and reopened the process after I've spoken to them. And they reopened that process up. But also they gave me the information that I put out on obviously socials across the social media. Because there's people on TikTok going, no, you're never going to get a medal and driving everybody mad. But there's again misinformation, and then they said, look, come to the info desk, and you're going to be able to get one. But the chances are you'll probably be handed one when you finish anyway, because we oversubscribe the number of medals that we get anyway, based on the fact of we don't have as many starters. You've got to remember, there's still a lot of people who don't end up, unfortunately, starting the race for whatever reason. So they've probably usually got a few extra anyway. Worst case, then go to the info. Worst case, they'll take your name. So it's like 3 stages. They were always going to give out medals. They were always going to give out, the T-shirts if you've done it. So it was all a bit like, and it came back purely. It was an IT problem. I thought when it was going for, the woman on woman, David Williams on.
Computer says no.
Computer says no. It was just like no. Computer says no. Because people are probably emailing in like crazy. No, computer says no.
It was a bit like that because I sent an email to customer service to say this has happened, and that was earlier in the week, and it was like, well, you didn't tick the box.
Yeah.
And subsequently, pressure
but was
from
that
you and yourself.
Was that let's do this, or was that London Marathon events?
I think it was let's do this.
Yes.
I mean, there was a little bit of talk, and credit to yourself and other people who sort of like got involved with. No,
it's only me.
With
no, it was only me.
Who
no, but Wilco, you need to acknowledge that it was only me.
Why?
Because I saved the world. It's true.
You're going to have a busy 6 months, mate. I reckon.
Very busy 6 months.
And if anyone doesn't get their medal, it's
Wilco. It was Wilco.
If you want the credit, you'll have to take the responsibility as well.
Wilco said, and it's when the medals come through. They got 2018 on them or something like that, or the wrong
say
ribbon.
which medal you're going to get.
Yeah,
so you will get a medal.
I'll be handing out my medals that I've got.
Going back to it though, it's a very emotional subject, and it is something that people don't have. You have the whole spectrum of views on it. Some people are like, oh well, never mind, not bothered. And other people, quite rightly, it's the only marathon they're going to do. They've dedicated it to a loved one who's not here anymore, and things like that. And there were a lot of people who were very, very upset.
And this is the thing. I think the issue that a lot of people had, and this was where on one of the World Majors comments for London was, it's the only one that's defaulted. If you don't want a medal, great, but you should be able to opt out and not have to opt in.
Yeah.
And
don't
I think
take one.
Yeah, exactly. But I think you're doing it on a small screen. You're kind of clicking through, and then I became paranoid. I think I've checked my registration 4 times, and it still says I've opted for a medal. But when you're just like, and I've screenshotted it. I don't know why. When you're just
that's
like,
I've now bought
into that.
Some volunteers, they're going to go jog on, mate.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't
So they're going to be bothered. But I know what you mean. There is, but to come to your point, you're absolutely right. And I get the anger, I get the frustration, which is why I felt so strongly enough to do something about it. That was the thing for me. So number one was the volunteers, because they do such an amazing job. They're such heroes when you finish that race. Yeah. Like if you've never done the London Marathon, Brighton Marathon, or any event actually, when you come through there, and I've seen it like Manchester Marathon where I was on the finish line last year, the work those volunteers are doing, genuinely saving people's lives, because they're coming through there in bits. They're picking them up and like literally handing them to a St. John's ambulance person. Like those seconds can count, right? So to have that sort of worry for your volunteers that they're going to come through, and people are they're emotional anyway when they finish. They're not going to be thinking rationally anyway, because they've just finished the race, they're going to be either full of adrenaline or like absolutely spent. They're going to say things that they don't like, and they're going to not behave correctly necessarily, or they're going to go the other way, emotional mess. People ain't trying to deal with that. So don't put that pressure on the volunteers. But again, London Marathon events, to be fair to them, they were brilliant. They got on top of it. As soon as I spoke, they got on top of it straight away. They then re-omened it up for everybody to then go in there and correct it if you've done it wrong, whatever. And as I said, with Brighton, they've already said, you know, look, chances are we'll give you a medal anyway, if for whatever reason, and it's really unlikely. But let's say there is still that chance. Just go to the info desk. They'll probably have some there, or they'll take your details and they will give you that medal. It's not the same. I appreciate that as getting it on the day.
But you take it, wouldn't you? If you haven't got one at the moment.
If you ain't got one at the moment, you'd still take it, wouldn't you? Of course you would. So, yeah. No,
it caused marriage problems, but I know Sarah, she signed Darren up, didn't get his medal. He's blaming her.
Darren, you've got to sort yourself. You can't do that.
When they found out at breakfast last week, the like,
oh, so one had it and one didn't?
No, both of them didn't have it, but Sarah signed them both up. So it was like last week was there, he was having breakfast. Literally, I think someone sent his boy sent him a picture of the bib he just got. And his face, when he saw it, literally, he was like, I've got no medal.
Poor Sarah.
But you do realise, I know it's only a bit of metal and sometimes take it for granted, but it means a lot.
No, listen, I think, what show was it? I can't remember what we were talking about in terms of the medals. Like, I think I said that, no, I'm not really that bothered about.
Monday, wasn't it?
Yeah, the medals, take them or leave them, you know, no disrespect, but like, I'm lucky enough to do a lot of races and stuff. So now, I won't take a medal if it's like a smaller event, because I'm just going to put it in a box, right?
I think because they're marathons, though.
But for those.
Oh, thank you.
Oh yeah,
They
you've
are
got to talk loud.
Into the mic. Come closer to my mic.
We are on air, kids.
Yeah, just put it out there.
Natural we are.
We have got 10 million people and 20 million will download this.
It's him.
What was you going to say before we start mucking about?
I can't know. I think if it wasn't big events, if they weren't marathons, if they were like 10Ks or half marathons, maybe you wouldn't be so annoyed. But especially London Marathon.
I don't know, because if somebody's doing their first 10K,
yeah, it's a big deal.
That's a big deal. It's like a huge deal. But I know what you're saying. For let's say more experienced runners, I know I'm in the same boat.
I think especially London Marathon.
Yeah, it's
with
like
it being a major as well.
Yeah, I'm a major. Yeah,
people were calling for it to be stripped of a major, like genuinely.
What?
Some of the comments
of
were
London, because it was just like, this is disgusting. It shouldn't be a major anymore because you're not going to get a medal. Genuinely.
Seriously. Oh, by the way, we spoke about something. Oh, you was here. I don't know why I'm looking at you. We recorded. We listen to this. Yeah, we recorded Marathon Talk. Does anyone know when that's coming out? By the way,
I don't know. You're in charge.
Good Friday.
Yeah, good. Right. So we've got a really good marathon, like London Marathon edition of Marathon Talk, which is our sort of marathon focused, originally titled podcast that we do. But in there, we was talking about something really cool, which we've had a brilliant. I know I have a lot of brilliant ideas, but to be fair, I think we was onto something about that race thing. So check that episode out, because we were talking about something which we think actually London Marathon events do need to change at the London Marathon. Have you got any guesses what it is? You weren't here, so have you got any guesses what our brilliant idea was?
You have a lot of brilliant.
And that's because I'm a genius. This is why I saved the London Marathon this year. And I saved the Brighton Marathon. So have you got any idea?
No.
Okay, you'll have to listen to the episode then. Just checking, are we still live? Because something just stopped making a noise.
I think so. Well, we were 20 seconds ago, because I'm still a little bit.
Right, so Wilco, let's check. Let's check the
by.
questions from 20 minutes ago.
20 minutes ago.
Or whatever. And he's not even live anymore. I don't know why did I put Wilco in charge of tech?
Is he watching? Is he watching the race?
Are you
Yes, I'm watching football.
Right, have we got anything decent in there to talk
No,
about?
we are talking. Lots of people are just casting admiring glances,
blown
to our
away.
surroundings. Yeah, I think it's taken them 10 minutes to get used to the idea that
No
we're in
expense
such brilliant surroundings. Keith Huckfield, he said about the Brighton thing. Good work speaking to him. It's a stressful time because before a marathon, so clearing this up helps a lot of people feel better. One thing that I did think when I went through the sort of like emotions of the whole episode was sort of like, actually, this might help me during the race because it might calm me down. I might think, well, I'm doing this. They can't even be asked to give me a medal. So I'll just go out and do it and just go out for a run. And, it would take a bit of the tension away.
I think that's the opposite effect to me. I think I can't be asked.
Yeah.
I think
mate, we just build differently.
Yeah, I
You
think
even make the start line. Come on.
But you took the
Well, how would you have been when you were getting your 6th star and then you weren't going to get your medal?
Yeah.
How would you have been then?
No
That not
disrespect
happen to
to
me.
Brighton Marathon.
No,
6
regardless
star
of
Brighton Marathon medal.
It's
but no.
20, I'm not even
No.
there. It's 26.2 miles. It's the same thing.
It's
Yeah.
not, because you've got to do 6 marathons. Times that by 6.
But if you wouldn't get that, if you could, where was it you did? It was it was New
listen,
York. Was it?
listen,
Was that the last
I'm,
one?
I'm not belittling it at all. I totally agree. And Marissa said about
This
the
sounds
10Ks
like
for
my
the medals.
worst nightmare.
For me, every single medal is important.
Yeah.
At the winter 10K, if I wouldn't have got my win, if I got to the end, they said, sorry, there's no medals, I'd have been fuming.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I know people say not right about medals. I am just run a race.
It's
I've
like when
done
they
it.
give you glasses. I'm like, I don't want a glass. I want a medal.
What glasses is in?
No, as in a glass, like the
But who gives-
Valentine's
where was
10K
The Valentine's 10K
is
those,
a
yeah.
glass. I don't
What?
want a glass.
What,
I
one?
want a medal.
What you
Valentine's.
get one glass?
One glass.
On Valentine's.
No,
On
if
Valentine's.
you're single, they give you one. If you're in a relationship, they give you 2.
How do they
You're
know?
making that. He's making that.
This is a
Wow.
private
What is
conversation.
it like?
we have
Someone's
on the
walking
show.
home.
Is it?
Stay with me.
Is it like a champagne flute?
No, it's just a glass. Like a
You only get a
juice glass.
champagne flute if you're in a couple, apparently.
Yeah.
You get a tumbler if you're single.
But then at that Kingston Thames Run, you get a mug, don't you? You get the
Yeah, but
mug.
I don't want a mug. I want a
You
medal.
get too many of them
I
after
want a
last.
medal.
No, I agree with you. I'd want a medal, definitely.
Even if I
All
run
right, I tell you
fast,
what then.
want
I
a
tell you what
medal.
then. So if you couldn't get a medal and there's all that other to it they're giving out, what other than a medal would be the optimal thing to be given at the end of a race? Other, and we'll do one at a time because all this shouting you're going.
And also keep it clean.
Trophy. I'll have a trophy.
You're going for trophy.
Yeah. I'm
Trophy.
amazing.
So amazing.
Yeah.
What would you? I'm being serious. Think about it. What would you go? And you can't say Hayden BMW because you've got 6 of them already.
And you can't say trophy because I've said that.
Yeah. What would you go for?
What would I go for at the end of a race? What would I want?
What would you want?
Do you know what? A meal, a voucher for a meal. Imagine content. They said, there you go, it's a 20 quid voucher for
McDonald's that you just went
middle
into.
of the car
Oh,
across
okay,
the
yeah,
road, go and
maybe.
get yourself fueled up. That'd be brilliant.
Actually, only bad
Yeah,
shout.
that's
Right,
not bad,
clean,
yeah.
clean. Keep it clean.
What? It's whispering in my ear.
gonna separate you two.
Yeah, you need to. I've just see. I would have gone food as well.
You'd have gone food.
related.
Food's not bad
Food
shout. What about you, big boy?
Yeah, kebab.
Well, you'd have got kebab. There's a geezer
There is
making
that
one.
kebab. There's a 10 miler in London, isn't there, between 2 kebab
You get
houses,
2 hours, yeah.
and you can run. I think one's in South London, one's at Stratford,
Mm.
Battersea might be round there, and it's 10 miles between. So you go to one, you get your hand stamped. If you run to the other one, you get free kebab. And you get it.
I tell you what, no,
Someone
quick.
said
So,
do you remember
If
Blade
you want
and,
to do your 20 miler,
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Just
get
do
double.
you remember the Blade and races?
Yeah, what do we get
There's
there?
no medal, but we did get was it a stotty?
Stotty, we got some
A
food.
stotty, like a sandwich.
Yeah,
at the
it
end.
was.
like-
It was. It was a
no
bad.
medal,
Yeah,
but it was
it was a
stotty.
stotty and stuff. Yeah, food's not a bad shit. I like the idea of a voucher actually. So then they could get like it's sponsors. You say like Miller and Carter or something.
VV.
made. I was like,
Not
Greg's.
McDonald's.
Greg's.
Miller and
Greg's.
Carter.
Sausage roll.
Yeah.
No, but like new Great North Front, or whatever, we're on a middle Great North Front. But yeah, you could get like Greg's or something. Yeah, a voucher's not bad. Like a prize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but then I suppose yeah, because how much does a medal cost?
Mm.
Probably cost them about a tenner. Probably. So it's not. No, not even that. Probably.
Obviously.
What's the matter, Wilco? You're
Well,
groaning.
people are saying, can people get a little bit closer to their mics?
Still
Over that
rubbish.
end? Yeah.
Still rubbish volume.
Kevin Upton, he
Is it
says,
in?
I did the Oakley 20 miler last week and got a really nice hoodie.
Oh, that's
Oh,
cool.
So I thought that
hoodie's
was
a good
nice.
shout.
Something different.
Like that.
Hoodie.
Like that.
I can't believe this sounds going to be awful. Well, I'm gonna have to go. Right, when we put this out, I'm gonna have to go in and edit all this. It's going to be hours of work, Hayden. You've
Do
cost
you
me.
know what
Why
that
do
sounds
me?
like?
No,
Moaning.
yeah, but I've got to
You
go.
problem.
I've got to go for a run in the morning, so I haven't got time really to do it. So we'll have to get Speed go do it. Right. So what I want to do is now move on to the. What are we doing for time?
But doing what? Before we go on to the next thing, I'm just so taken back by this because I do listen to other podcasts. Controversial, I know.
Oh my
But
god.
I don't know if anyone's listened to the Paula Radcliffe one. It's actually really good.
Yeah, it's actually really good. Big shout out.
And I was so taken back by this suggestion, this tip that she gave. I thought, you know what? When I'm on Long One Show, I want to share it with everyone in case they haven't listened to it. So she's talking about when she's at Tokyo, cups with the water. And because she used to be an elite, she was always used her own bottle. And not London, any of you do in London, you'll be okay. You get bottles of water. But for those of you that can't drink from a cup, or have to stand there and waste time and start doing it where it goes all over you, she come up with a really good idea I never even thought of. She said, in your belt, carry a straw. I thought, what a genius tip. If you get one of them metal straws, you can just put in your belt.
Metal.
Metal, if you
Oh,
fall over with that in your
A metal
pocket-
straw. Who has a metal straw?
Metal straws, you get metal straws everywhere now. You don't have a paper one, do you? By the time you get
A
to the first-
metal straw.
Posh.
It's
What's
not
wrong with a
posh.
You get them in
metal straw?
Surrey.
Get a few-
Gold plated metal.
Oh.
What?
Get a few
Yeah.
plastic straws. I'm just saying, don't you think the actual
No,
concept
I
of
want to
it-
go back to the metal straw. I've never known anyone to get other than
course you
like
have.
Legionellas disease. I mean,
Oh, you're
what?
cleaning yourself at home. You get a proper pipe cleaner and you
This is,
clean it. What's
this,
up with you?
this reminds me actually of
A metal straw.
Listen, you're taking it away from the fact of the genius
I'm sorry, I
idea
can't go
that you could
this
get a
much.
straw and you could
I
drink more
don't-
water from a cup. I think it's a
I
great
can't
idea.
remember Paula Radcliffe mentioning a metal straw.
She did. She mentioned a straw, but a paper straw with sweat is just going to be.
Oh, I get that. I get that. But you can have a plastic one, a metal one.
It's not very
This,
sustainable.
This reminds me of
plastic straws.
this reminds me of the year that Petra did the London landmarks when she dressed as a guide dog.
Yeah.
And she was questioning when I've got the hat on, how am I going to take in water? And she was like, I'll get a straw. And so she thought, well, I'll order 5. So I've got some spares, put them in my. Unfortunately, she pressed the wrong button on Amazon or whatever, and she was delivered 500
Oh, you're joking.
straws. So
It's a lot of water stations.
shout out to Petra Warnock. She's probably still
Got
some,
still
yeah.
going through them. So if anybody needs a straw, I suggest that you get on the Bournemouth North London satellite group
Thursday
chat and
nights,
say,
yeah.
can I have one?
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the comments now. But see, cold fun and making fun of my mate. Okay, all right. I'm just checking. You are still live. Thank you, team. Love the new studio. So people are like, it's like David Long thinks he's tuning to Match of the Day.
Match of the day. Let's not say.
This
who's
studio is very
Let's
white,
not-
bright,
let's not
minded.
say who's who.
You're getting hammered here about your teeth. Don't worry, you're loud enough. Someone's already moaning about my Adam Drew's was the one. Love the studio. The image is flipped though. Oh, so that must be like weird for people. Everyone, this is amazing. Right. Well, look, thanks everyone for
We're doing our best.
We're doing our best here. We've got to remember we're doing this for the first time, so we are going to probably, like I said, actually, to be fair, they're quite lucky that we was live because we was a bit nervous that this wasn't actually going to get pulled
That's
up.
because our tech guy isn't here.
Yeah, it's Speedgoat's stuck on whatever he said he was. So that's a problem. But
Rude.
again, let us know in the comments, or what's the email address? Can you remember it?
longrun@gmail.com.
Whether you like the studio, because if you liked it, we may consider coming back. But
You'll have to make a donation.
no, we can self-fund it. We could give you some money. You could put it on some of those bets and the insider tips that you don't give any of us,
All right.
and then we could build a pot
Yeah,
to do
'cause
it.
that's how it works.
Yeah, is that not how it works? No.
Insider trading.
Right, anyway, I want to get on to the main bit. What are we doing for time? Right, so I want to talk about pre-race, like I said, as we do, pre-race sort of routine, I would say. Probably, yeah, again, so like people are getting stressed about stuff because it's like big races are coming up and they're unthinking everything that they've been doing in all their runs, like all their training for some reason. So what we're going to do is we're going to go around each of them. Now, Hayden's going to tone this down because obviously you can't mention the butler, you can't mention the masseuse, the makeup artist, and all that sort of stuff. He's going to tone it down so he looks like a real person on his one. But other than that, we're going to go around and we're going to talk about what we do on the morning, okay? But can we not make it 35 minutes? Can we, Mirror, I'm looking at you. Can we make it like
was
literally
really quick.
less than 5 if possible? So Hayden, starting with you. Remember, these are normal people. They're not, metal straws.
Honestly, you'll be surprised how many people have metal straws.
No one has metal straws. Let me know in the
Metal
comments who
straws.
has a metal straw. Nobody has ever used a metal straw.
Rubbish.
Apart from
Rubbish.
your house.
Right, so race day. We're talking marathons, yeah?
No, I'm talking any race.
Yeah.
Race. What's your routine? It can be a little bit more marathon focused because we're coming into marathon season, but I think it tends to apply for most.
There is obviously two sides to it, dependent on where the race is, depending whether you've had to travel to the race.
Let's say you're traveling. I'm going to give you.
Yeah.
All right. So scenario is you're traveling into London
Yep.
for a race, London Marathon.
Right,
Go.
so yeah, obviously you're going to be up ultra early.
Why is it
You've got to be
obvious?
up early because you've got to have time to have your breakfast. You've got to have time to do the whole ritual I'm about to talk about.
Okay.
So you get up, go downstairs, probably walk the dog.
No, you got someone who does. Oh, I see what you're
I've
doing.
got no one that
Yeah.
walks the dog for me. Oh, dude, I've got a wife. She does.
Oh!
That's a compliment.
You're
She
coming
doesn't walk
back.
the dog for me. She walks the dog. She's
Ben.
really good. She does everything. with dogs.
Ben.
But if we rewind, it said, I have someone who walks
Yeah,
the dog
Ben,
for
he's,
me.
Ben, he's staying at yours tonight.
Don't
He's in
worry
the
about
dog
it.
house.
Yeah, probably.
Right, carry on.
Right, yeah,
I have
so
a spare
Stay
shit
out of
too.
trouble.
I'll always have the same breakfast. I'll always have a cup of tea.
We edit that bit.
Come
I'll
on.
always have a cup of tea. I'll have a bagel, and I used to have like a Weetabix drink, but they stopped doing them now. So I have this like protein milkshake thing. Then literally upstairs.
And
get
how?
the
Sorry,
dog
what
in.
time's reference to the race?
So this is, let's just say London Marathon. I've got a 10:30 start time, and I know I've got to be up there for, let's say, 9:30. I've got to leave the house at 8:30. I'd probably have breakfast about 6:30, about 2 hours before I leave the house. So I am looking at about 3 to 3.5 hours before a race.
Okay.
Yeah, bagel, drink, cup of tea, and that is probably about it. And then literally, I'm thinking about logistics, travel, planned it the night before or the week before. Get up to the race, and then when I'm actually in the village or in the start pen, I won't do anything. I won't eat. I won't drink. Literally, just focus completely on the race. Toilet wise, yeah, I'll try and get everything done at home before I go. Bladder wise, I'm quite strong. So once I've been to toilet and done the house, it's very rare I need to go to Portaloos when I'm in the event village. Quite lucky like that. So literally, yeah, once I've done that morning ritual of the breakfast and stuff, and I'm on that bus, on that train, getting out of the house, I'm almost done then. I'm just focused literally purely on the race. So my sort of ritual behind me, anything nerves wise, anything else, is just focus on what's coming up rather than thinking, have I eaten enough? Do I need to go to the toilet? Quite lucky that's just that's another worry that I'm worried about.
Fair enough. Ben?
Yeah, I'm probably slightly different in that respect. I tend to look about 2 hours before the race is when I would have my main breakfast. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, just got home. But yeah, so I would probably, if I'm traveling into London or something like that, I would normally kind of have porridge and take it with me and have it on the tube.
You eat on the tube?
Yeah.
Look at the germs. All the people with COVID on there.
I'm not licking.
Yeah, but there's
the
all
tube.
people with COVID on there. There's people with Sainsbury's bags and stuff. Think about the germs.
That's me.
Oh, it's you. Eating on the tube. What sort of animal are you?
That's worse than metal straws.
That's worse than eating on the train.
I might be on a train. So I would do that, and then
Eating.
yeah,
I can't get over it.
so I tend to eat about 2 hours before the start.
On the tube.
On the tube, if I'm having to be on the tube. And then I would, in the event village, I'm not as lucky as you, so I would normally be in a queue for a Portaloo. I'd normally eat cereal bar or something about an hour before the race, and a banana half an hour before. I think first time I did London, I think I was saying to you, I was worried about needing to pee halfway through, and you were like, well, stop drinking water now. Because I was kind of I think I was nervous, and so
yeah, you got nothing else to do.
Water,
Yeah.
and so actually I think part of what I've learned now is probably that half an hour, 45 minutes is to stop, kind of stop drinking water on that. That's probably one of my top tips, is to not be doing that. Okay,
question on that. Because he didn't mention either. This is a bit weird. But clothing, are you dressed in race kit to go? Obviously, you're worried about getting your porridge down you on the tube when you're eating it. But are you dressed in race kit, or do you get changed or into some of it at in the event village?
No, I'll be dressed in race kit, but I would probably have, like, depending on weather, I'd probably have tracksuit bottoms and a hoodie on over the top, so I don't get porridge down me.
And will you have that really annoying bag that makes a lot of noise?
We get it provided, but it's a new one, so you'll be pleased to know. But I'm going to bring the old one as well, just to just so either side in each year.
Yeah, I'll always go. I'll normally just wear a top. Bottoms, I want to take bottoms, but again, depending on weather.
Yeah, but that's because you're trying to get extra tan.
What, 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning?
Can I say he forgot one of his rituals?
What's that?
Which is deep heat.
Oh,
that's
Christ.
A big, right, okay, yeah.
Oh,
deep heat
God.
is a big ritual. I can't believe I forgot that. Just on the start line. What are you saying? I don't know for you. Love it. You start sniffing me. Listen, Chris Ford sniffs me.
You heard it here first.
Because he loves deep heat. That's a fact.
Can I?
When you were at a race, I'll just say in Berlin, we were like, "Where's Hayden?" And we were like,
actually, right? No, that's what I was in Berlin, right? And there was like 6 of us sniffing him, and we was just like, he sticks his stuff on so much, and you don't need to know where he is. You could literally smell him, and it's like, oh yeah, Hayden's here.
we were in the starting pen, and we were like, "Do you think Hayden will be able to find us?" And then suddenly we all just went,
"Oh yeah, he's here." He was Berlin. We were all sniffing him. It is true. He sticks his stuff on. Oh, it's brilliant.
Like the Tin Man.
Have you ever sniffed Hayden?
I've sprayed Hayden.
What? Oh,
With deep heat.
Yeah.
Before
I thought you rubbed it in.
It's a bit of both.
No,
Depends
it's
where I am.
spray.
Oh,
No, I do a bit of both. The problem with the cream is when you rub it in,
And then
it's
it's
got
on your
water, it's
hands.
over your
Yeah.
And it
then
rubs off
it's
the
like-
fake tan.
about to say, it takes off
Might-
the fake
yeah,
tan.
yeah.
Right, you go.
Yeah, I don't really have a ritual. I try and hydrate a couple of days before so that I'm not panicking on the morning that I'm not drinking.
Okay.
So that's mainly it. And I will try and keep my food really light. I
Okay.
might have a bagel in the morning or half a
So you
bagel.
tend not to eat in the morning.
I don't eat before a big race.
Okay, fair enough. And do you
Yeah.
have anything then in the event village or anything?
It depends. New York, yeah, I had bagels,
Okay.
which was a first.
Okay. So has that given you now confidence that you can have them?
Yeah, so I can eat bagels now before a big race.
Because you've gone
Yeah,
through that,
And where was your marathon PB?
It was New York,
which is the worst
Yeah.
course in the world to get a PB, by the way. So anybody's ever PB
but it's
there.
now
massive.
Chicago. So
Okay. So are you going to now carry on the bagel thing?
yeah, so I do carry on the bagel thing now.
Okay, that's because you've learned
Yeah.
that through. And again, it's like anything, it's trial and error, isn't it? It's,
Yeah,
that's
but I
the
don't
thing.
particularly have much of a ritual. I go in my race kit.
Mm.
I'll have extra clothes on.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't really.
What do you do in the race village to stay calm?
Oh yeah, I stay calm.
Yeah,
Do
but
you know, so you've actually changed a lot with that because literally go back maybe 2 or 3 years and on race day, especially with some of these majors, you've actually gone a bit AWOL, haven't you? You
Yeah.
used to keep yourself to yourself
Yeah,
completely.
yeah.
And we
No,
did
I
used to
don't do
see
that
you.
anymore. I do.
Now you're
Yeah,
very much
Berlin,
more-
I was not great before Berlin, but yeah, I used to just wander off
Yeah.
and you couldn't find me. But now I stay with
You
everyone.
can see it's almost like your
Yeah.
anxiety used to be up
Yeah,
here.
I used
It's
to be
definitely calm.
awful, absolutely awful, and I
And
just
you-
disappear.
and do you think a lot of that to do with the experience that you've?
It's
I
being with my friends; they make me feel better.
I've just seen Paige's comment.
Oh, what is
We
it?
have metal straws. I'll bring you one on Wednesday.
Hey!
Paige,
Oh,
Paige,
Paige.
Paige,
Paige.
Paige, if you bring me one of
Cheers,
them,
mate.
it's going to disappear very quickly.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right, go. You. I'm going to check on these.
I thought it was very interesting that Hayden says it gets up like 3 hours before. What do you do in that 2-hour gap? Because like I'll get up if I've got to have my breakfast like 2.5 hours, say, before a marathon, I'll have my breakfast and then I'll go back to bed with a cup of tea for a little while, and just try and chill out and just sort of chill out and then sort of like think about, okay, how's today going to go? What's going to be the ideal plan? I now know what the weather's going to be like, which, people can always make their plans before, but I know I look out the curtains. Oh, it's raining. That tree's blowing. It's going to be tough. What are my targets going to be? How am I going to think about that? So I will have sort of like half an hour, 45 minutes, just lying in bed with a cup of tea and just processing stuff, not worrying about stuff too much. And then it will be a process of, if I'm in London, it will be traveling, which being in a village, sometimes my trains don't go early enough to get into London. So I might have to go up a couple of stations. So am I getting an Uber? Am I getting, sorting out all that sort of thing? Your point about race kit, I'm always ready to go. I'll have, I usually get in the week before, I'll get a jumper from a charity shop or something, and I'll wear that so that I can throw it away on the day. One of my other rules is like I won't drink anything an hour before, because for obvious reasons, I think I'll need the loo, and I don't want. I had previous experiences of doing races 2 miles in, I need a wee. So I've learned to knock that on the head as well.
I didn't listen to any of that, Wilco.
I know, but I was watching you. You were just going to
no, because Mark O'Connor's hammering us in the comments. We're overlit. Focus is bad. Image is reversed. But he did says the content's great. I'm just looking around to see if I could switch the lights off. That's what I thought we'd do, just to cheer him up. I'm sorry, Mark. Next time, can you come with us and do it for us? That'd be awesome. Honestly,
It was brilliant. You literally just went.
I was watching him. So I'm talking to, because you try and, you're asked a question. So you try
Yeah,
and
I
establish
can't remember
eye
what the
contact with
question was.
somebody, and then he's just.
no, it's because Mark made the comments about lights. Is there any way to switch the lights off? I know you're watching this live and you probably don't care, but I'm
Well,
now.
I hope I didn't bore everybody as much as I bored Chris.
Yeah,
I
sorry.
found that really interesting,
Really
Wilco.
I thought it was really good.
Yeah. Okay. What was we talking about?
So, Chris, what's your pre-race routine?
It's pretty boring. No, hang on. If I'm doing, so we're doing London, didn't we? I said.
Mhm.
So London for me, I'll probably be in a hotel because I like to go up, so I'm not anxious about trains and stuff in the morning and people and tubes eating. So I like to get there. So I'll be. Let me think about it. So I like to get to Greenwich about 8:30. So I will then race starts 10:30 if I'm right.
So
Remember?
you're like 2 hours before. You're
Yeah, hang on. No, so 10:30's race start, isn't it?
I don't know. I ain't done it.
Is it 10?
Yeah, I think so.
So I will eat at 7:30. I'll have an hour then in the room. So eat at 7:30. I've then got an hour for nature to take its course with a black coffee. I would have showered and all that sort of stuff. I'll get into full race kit with or without number, depends if it's cold or not. If I'm going in a tracksuit, I won't put a number on because it will irritate me. And then I'll probably put a tracksuit on or some clothes if it's warm, like Brighton's going to be hopefully next week. Poor old Speedgoat. It's an inside joke. Yeah, I won't bother. I'll just wear like an old hoodie or something. But then I'll have race number on. But if I'm putting clothing on, a lot of clothing, I won't put race number. Then I'll get there. I have gone to London Marathon before in old shoes, old socks, and stuff like. Because sometimes, again, I've done London so many times now. You get the dew on your feet from walking across the fields. Sometimes it's bone dry. It's luck of the draw. I say I've gone there and it's peeing down the rain. So I've taken like not spare shoes, but like gardening shoes. You know, like I've had it.
I think first time we did London, we did.
Yeah,
I did London.
See,
I think last year we both did.
I couldn't do that because I know that I just forget my trainers.
No.
I need to know that I've got the stuff, and I need to know. I'd never leave the house unless I'm collecting it on the day. There's no way I'd leave the house without my shirt on with my number on it. I'd never do that because it's just something else that I could possibly forget. And like, turning up in a pair of trainers, if I came out in like a normal pair of street shoes and stuff like that, I'd think, right, what if I forget my trainers? Have I forgot?
Yeah,
stuff
but
you
just pack your bag.
Yeah, but it creates stress that I don't need.
Yeah, fair enough.
I could lend you a clear plastic bag. I'd want it back though.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, take his bag and then we'll burn it. Yeah, and then I think I get to race village. Usually go to the toilet. I'm lucky with London. I know it like the back of my hand, so I know where everything is inside out, toilets and things like that. I'll chill out. Probably black. I love Yellow Start because it's Blackheath. You've got our 40 Runs volunteers behind us on the buses, so you're usually having a chat with them. We did it last year. Having a chat with those guys. Then I'll get my race stuff on, number on if I need to put it on. I won't have anything to eat or nothing. I won't eat after, like, let's say 8:30. 7:30. I won't have anything. I'll have a bit of water, maybe electrolyte drink if it's a warm day. I'll have a bit of that before. But again, no more than like an hour, 45 minutes beforehand because I don't want to pee. Once I get going, I'm going to war. So I don't want to start to do what I do speak out 52 times in Yorkshire. So I don't want to be doing that. Just chill out. And then when they call my wave, I'll go into it pretty much last. Because what's the point? They ain't gonna.
That's the good thing with London, I think, is that you can go into the wave lot. Unlike some of the others where you are kind of stuck
Corralled
in.
in.
Yeah, corralled.
Well, you
in
think
and stuff
last
like
year?
that.
No, last year we basically waited and then like until everyone was moving and then went in.
Joined, yeah.
And then joined. And when
when
we did it, we joined the
waited
tail.
'cause it was rain.
It's
It
chucking
started to
there.
rain and stuff. So we literally just joined, and we were one of the last from our wave.
Yeah,
to
then
the
just-
start.
I
It's
might
fine.
try that. That sounds like.
What's
Got
the
a
point?
sensible
What's the
strategy.
point of sitting in there, right? And it's a good tip for the toilet
Especially London
as
as well.
because everybody's got, I need to get into my wave 4 hours beforehand. No
And
reason.
the queues get there.
Everyone's over there. Go to the toilet. Thanks very much. I might even go again. And then like we went the back and the wave like when I did Red Start one year. There were like still people, and then so I actually came back out and went back into one of the urinals because I was like, what's the point? You know what I mean? Rushing. So it is a good tip. Don't rush into your wave because you're only going to be standing there getting nervous and anxious and getting your knickers in a twist about, the atmosphere is great, but I'd much rather use the loo. Do you know what I mean? When there's no bugger. Don't forget to do your bag drop, obviously. That's the only other thing with...
You just got to make sure you get there in plenty of time to do bag. So
no
check
stress.
that bit.
Yeah, there's
Don't hand anything into your bag drop you're going to need in the next 10, 15 minutes while you're sitting in the pen as well.
No.
That's a disaster. If you go back up to baggage people and say,
Oh, you got no
"Can I
chance.
just get something out of my bag?"
No chance.
Like your running shoes.
A little tip is
Yeah.
right, when you're packing your bag, right, is actually to pack another bag in there, Sainsbury's bag. But pack another bag in there that you can then take it out, and that's got all your bits in the, I don't know whether you've got like a black bag to sit on, like a what they call poncho thing, whatever it is, some chewing gum or whatever you need, bottle of water, whatever it is, take that bag out, right? And then give them your, say, finishing bag. Give that to them with all your stuff in.
Oh, right.
And then do it so you've got 2 separate bags, and then you're not getting worried about nothing.
It's never too early to prepare. I mean, we're 9 days away from Brighton now, so I'm doing Brighton a week on Sunday, and I've already started finding stuff around the flat.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll need that. Oh, there's my flip flops. I'll put them out. I'll put them on top of the wardrobe, and I know they're there. So now I've got a little sort of like area where everything that I find while I'm sort of like tidying up.
I'd love to come in your house and just move everything.
Would you?
I'd actually get quite good enjoyment out of
You'd
it.
have to get through the door, mate. You know,
Well,
it's a bit of a tip. But yeah, so when I'm finding stuff, I'm putting it out now. So it's like, oh, there's a spare charger.
Yeah.
Or my spare glasses. I thought, well, I'll take them because I'll pack them.
Yeah.
I'll use these ones for the red because I've got 2 pairs of readers. And I thought, well, I'll put the spare ones over there, and then I haven't got to worry about, oh God, I haven't bought my glasses right.
2 pairs of what?
Readers.
Reading glasses.
Oh, they got a nickname.
You'll get used to them, mate.
I got glasses.
Have you?
I got glasses. I wear. Well, I meant to wear them for driving,
Oh,
but,
God.
but sometimes
You've got
no, I don't
You've got
think you-
drivers.
technically I've got drivers.
Yeah.
Do you know what you're saying, Wilco, about the bags and everything? The problem with that is you add that added dimension of having a race away. So I know, Brighton, you're going down on Friday. So now you've got to start packing for clothes and stuff for the weekend. So
I
that
just
ramps
thought
everything up.
I'll tell you what is a massive pain in the is when you go, if you're going to a race and you're staying somewhere and the buggers kick you out at 10 o'clock on a Sunday and you're still out there slogging your guts at 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then your kit's just chucked out, you know what I mean? And that's a bit
Left luggage. That's
and the only in fairness,
most of the big hotels, you know, to be fair, or most hotels will say, you sort of like, oh, can you leave by? But that's one of the reasons why I always stay on Sunday night as well, and I haven't got to worry about that. And I just check out, have my breakfast, check out on Monday morning, get the train.
Well, one tip, what I was going to say was to check with your hotel because some of them have day showers. So, like Great North Run is brilliant. The hotels, because the whole town gets behind it, all the hotels know what's going on. But if you check with your hotel, if you are staying wherever the race is, ask them when you check in: is there somewhere? Is there going to be a day shower that when you get back you can use? It's worth knowing because some places you might not even think to ask, and they like Premier Inn do it, and like places like if you ask them, and even if they charge you a tenner, it's definitely worth it before having to travel home and like eat your food on the train in your sweaty clothes. Honestly, how can you do that? That's not right. That's not right. We're going to talk about this tomorrow. It's not right.
What, for 16 miles?
Yeah, it's not
I'm going to
right.
bring a Sainsbury's bag.
No, it's you can't eat on the tube. Who
Why?
eats on the
Why?
tube?
Well, because when you've got to get into London to meet someone who wants to get to the start, at
I can't help the way I'm wired. You have to deal with that,
so,
mate.
So I can't help the fact that I need to eat.
It's just not right.
What
Right?
are you going to do in Tokyo though? You can't eat on public transport.
Yeah, it's banned.
I'll use a metal straw.
Right, look through the comments.
Yeah.
And you tell me the amount of people that have got metal straws.
Right. No,
Carly,
right.
Paigey. There's loads
no,
of people
only
on metal straws.
Paigey.
No,
Only-
there's more than that. I just saw
Only
loads of
Paigey.
them.
Can anyone else let us know whether you like the studio setup, by the way? Because we've obviously got hammered by Mark. We'd like to know if you like the studio setup, and the lights are all knackered or whatever. But other than that, are you liking this extravagance that we put on for you tonight? I was going to say something, but I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. I could say
Yeah,
no.
if you're doubting if you're allowed to say, I could
It's
probably
probably
tell
best
you.
not to.
You're not allowed to.
definitely a
I
no.
could probably tell you.
If there's
that
a red
now.
flag,
Yeah.
then yeah.
I better save it. No, it was no. Yeah,
No.
can we talk about saying because I can't stop thinking about it.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know, but
It's
it's
going to come out. You might just get it over.
You
the
might as
done.
well
no. I'm
just-
not. I'm just thinking. No. No. Right. So moving on. That's right. So 10 minutes to go. It's weird, isn't it? Having to like manage all this sort of stuff. I was telling. I don't know if I mentioned at the start because
Yeah.
usually I have like a time up, so I know how long we've got, or Speedgoat knows how long we've got. Tonight I'm just sort of, as always, winging it. and,
For winging it.
well, it is proper winging it tonight. So last things, because we're all sort of, you're injured, unfortunately, because of your own stupidity. But the we
I knew that was coming tonight.
Well, we are sort of all of us at the end of our training blocks,
Yep.
ish, like we're nearing the close.
Mhm.
How at the moment do you feel like your training has gone? Marissa, I'm going to know the answer, but I'm going to throw it to you anyway.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Hold on, I need my mic.
Do you need your readers?
No, I don't need readers.
Metal straw?
I'm not that old. Metal straw.
That's nice, isn't it?
Until I got injured, it was going really
Till I
well.
got injured through my own stupidity, it was
No,
going.
that's not. No, it didn't happen like that. It was going really well, and now it's not going anywhere. So
But you're going to be okay for Boston.
I'm going to be absolutely fine, thanks.
Yeah, you're going to be just fine.
I'm going to be just fine.
She's now. What about you?
What about me?
The man who started so late, he almost missed the bus.
When I started it's been good. This week I've really noticed. So I've taken a couple of days off this week just because I think my body is feeling the effects of a few 60-mile weeks. But yeah, I'm pleased with how it's gone. It took me a while to get into it this time, but yeah, so far so good. Let's see.
Oh, hang on, looks good. Lighting hasn't
Lots
been-
of loving it now.
Definitely do it again. Right, we're getting some love. Definitely with the sound. So that, but Ben, if you listen to this as a podcast, I would have fixed the sound. Or when I say I would have fixed it, AI would have fixed the sound. What about you, big boy? Because yours is your train's a little bit differently this year, which I think's actually done you a favour because you've had some setbacks. But how are you going into Boston?
Yeah, to be honest, probably really poorly. I know I'll get round, of course I will. I know I will, but no, it hasn't been a great training block at all for me. Got 20 miles tomorrow. Dreading it.
Do you want me to come and do it with you?
No.
We can talk about metal straws. I could bring some.
Bring some deep heat.
Yeah.
No, the block, it's literally, so I'm training with Louisa, so that'd be great. I'll be going around.
I don't know whether you'll be training after the comment you
After
made.
the comment,
Jesus,
yeah.
you'll be lucky, mate.
No, it's just the fault of the distance at the moment just isn't really
Yeah,
doing much for me. It's just I've had injuries, I've had a bad back, and it's just really been playing on mine since back December. So this whole training block really hasn't been a structured training block whatsoever. I've had a lot of my own fault. I've had a lot of half marathons thrown in the mix this year, which I could have really done without. And I think next training block, if I want to do something really good, then that's something I need to definitely work on. Cut out the races. Too many races in between. It's good to be in that race environment, get a race experience, but when you've got like 3 half marathons over 3 weekends,
That's too much.
it really messes about with you, and you don't want to start doing a lot run before. Right? I see it so often now. We've got within our Surrey chat group, so many of the ladies, because they're doing these half marathons a lot, they're running to the races, doing the half marathon, doing a bit after. I just think it's too much of this stop starting because everyone's so into running and running races.
Yeah.
Rather than doing that standard 16-week training block of, I've got 80 miles this week, I'm going to go and do 80 miles. I've got 20 miles, go and do that. 16 miles, I can go and do that. It's more like, well, I've got 20 miles, but I've got this race, so I'm going to do 2 miles before, 3 miles after. I think it's just not ideal. So yeah, from that perspective, that's been an awful training block. But I can't wait to get out there. See Louisa get her 6 stars, finish it, run Boston Marathon with my wife. For me, absolutely fantastic. Be there, see Marissa get her 6 stars, Paula Radcliffe's getting a 6 star, Adele Roberts is getting her 6 stars. It's going to be one hell of a weekend.
But she's not doing Sydney like some other people.
No, that's a 7 star. It's a different conversation.
No, I'm going to be having that soon.
Is she bringing a metal straw?
Yeah.
She will probably bring a metal straw.
I'm going to ask her if I see her.
Well, she's a friend of the show. Wilco.
Yeah, we've talked about this before that I've embarked on the Hanson plan
Yeah.
for the first time this year, and it's been a lot of mileage. I've done a lot. I've done the last 2 months. I've done more than 200 miles. It's been a lot of 6 days away, and I've got used to it. And I think it's fingers crossed it's gone all right. I've missed probably 2 sessions in the whole sort of 17 and a half weeks. I've run a lot of zone 2 easy. That's the key for this. You know, everybody says, "Oh, Hanson's great. You only do 16 miles," but I'm doing loads of mileage in the week. I do at least 2. I'm doing like a 10 miler and another 13 miles, and then a long run at the weekend. 3 times probably you'll do a double figure run in a week. And fingers crossed, it's gone well. I've done a lot more mileage than I've done for any of my other marathons. Training for me is always sort of like, I like to put it in because I want the day to be as comfortable as possible. I want to enjoy it as much. And I know that if I don't put the work in the build up, that's not going to happen. So fingers crossed. I'd give my training plan a sort of like 8.5, 9 out of 10 at the moment. So hopefully I'll get the rewards, and they don't necessarily have to be time based. But
Do you think you can run 4:15?
No,
Why not?
because I'm not aiming to run 4:15.
Oh, why not?
Because I've got a PB of 4:35.
Yeah.
I've worked on marathon pace runs of 10-minute miles, which will be 4:22. So the last thing that I want to do is say, now, cool, I feel as fit as a flea. I can do this. I can do that.
It'd just be handy if you could run 4:15 for me.
Oh, would it?
Yeah.
Just for you.
Yes.
Why is that?
Because you're going to get a medal and a T-shirt. You're welcome.
You know, notice he listened to you there, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was very attentive.
He was very
Yeah, I was
attentive.
I wanted to get the bit in about the 4:15. Do you know what I mean about the putting that in there?
Oh, right.
Yes, I just.
Well, no, I wouldn't be. I shouldn't think so.
No, you may have noticed Hayden's just got arm left. That's because Spigo's not here, so we've got no one to press the button to do the outro, which is
He's
a bit
got
of
a lot to answer for.
which is a bit of a problem.
So
So
he's got up though.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's considering his age, he's done well, bless him. I think what's that?
I've just seen him on the thing.
Yeah, he's just
He's
got.
still
Up,
here.
he's
I've
just
just
got
seen
up.
him on the video. He's just walked off.
Right. I just want to say because look, we are getting close. On a serious point, thanks genuinely for tuning in for this thing. This what is it? Live show.
Get together.
You've got to remember. I say we're pretty unique in the respect that we film these lives. All of the podcasts that you probably take in, actually, in fact, I know this for sure, are polished, edited. All that lighting stuff we was talking about, that's all corrected before they film it. They switch between the cameras. They do all the clever dick stuff and they do all that sort of thing, right? We literally have just rocked up to this place. We hadn't got a clue what we're doing. 2 minutes before this, it wasn't working. We've hit the camera on now and we've flown by the seat of our pants. There's no script or anything like that. And I think that's testament to us as a bunch of mates to rock up and just talk about, you know, stuff and that, you know, for an hour, talk about running. It is basically what we do.
What we enjoy doing.
Which what we enjoy doing. So yeah, no, thanks to everybody genuinely for tuning in. At a serious point, thanks for the feedback. We will take that on board. I think it is important.
Yeah.
So if we do come back here, we're just going to turn all the lights off, and we're gonna like eat the mic. No, on a serious point, thanks very much for the positive, constructive feedback. We do generally appreciate constructive feedback because if we do come back, but yeah, I think that's it. Hayden, how are we doing for time? Are we all done and dusted? I'm back live on Monday. Monday, I'm not here, by the way. I'm going to be in the studio at home. Basically,
Are you not coming here on your own?
No, I'm that'd be a bit weird, isn't it? Imagine if I sat here on my own. I reckon I could do it though.
You could just
I
lounge on this
I
beautiful
could
sofa.
pull it off, I reckon. I am wondering what was being filmed on here beforehand. Just going to put there's sheets on this. I'm going to put that out there, and take your mind out of it. And yeah, I think that's it, really. We won't be welcome back here again after I made that comment. Shouldn't have made that, really.
Probably not.
Admin, I hope I've behaved. I think that's it. So, Hayden, take us out, big boy.